What's up, guys? I'm Treasure O. Welcome to or back to my YouTube channel if you've been here with me since December. I know that I took the videos down pertaining to the military, but I just felt like that was not the right time to be talking about anything as far as the military, especially given like we didn't know what was gonna happen over there overseas. You know what was going on. Everyone knows what was going on, so I don't have to explain it. So yeah, that's why I took those down. As far as the sewing update, there was no update. I do not feel like lugging that sewing machine around, so it has not come upstairs since that video. I had COVID, like literally right after I filmed that video, COVID hit me like a what they say, like a brick wall. It hit me like a brick wall. That thing slapped me across the face. I was like, oh my goodness. Like everything was so heavy. I could not bring that thing downstairs to like put it up in the storage. It was just a freaking mess. Yeah, it was, child. It definitely hit hard. Like I've never felt anything like that before. Like I felt like at one point my heart was literally like beating out my chest. You ever heard your heart? Like, I know like you can put on a stethoscope or whatever that thing is called, but I mean like not with that. Like you just hear your heart, like it's like doop, 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 doop. Like I don't know if y'all ever heard that before, but I heard my heart beat out my chest. And child, I was scared. I was scared. So I have nightmares every night, and I'm always dreaming about myself dying or just like going through something crazy. You know, it's always so crazy, real crazy. But I've experienced that in my dreams before, but that was my first time ever like feeling and hearing that while I was awake. So it definitely scared the mess out of me. But that only lasted like a day. Like COVID didn't really last that long. The symptoms weren't really that bad because I've had those symptoms outside of having COVID before. Honestly, I think I had COVID in like 2020 anyway, while we were like supposed to be quarantining. You know, all that stuff was going on. Everybody didn't know what was going on in the world, maybe like around like April. So at that time, like my lungs felt like they were like filling with like liquid or something like that. I don't really know how to describe it, but I was coughing all over the place. And I ended up going to this one class. I know I wasn't supposed to be there, but I did anyway because I was just like, I don't know, I had a racist section at the time. So they just like wouldn't let me do anything. So I was like, okay, well, now I have the opportunity to go to things. And you know, I'll talk about stuff like that too. So I don't want this channel to be about military, because it's not just all about military. My life doesn't stop at the military, and actually I'm on my way out. I refuse to get the COVID vaccine. I did a religious and a medical exemption. As far as the religious, I just talked about how I don't believe in vaccines. Like, here's my thing. They're like, oh, well, you've taken vaccines in the past. My thing is this. It's hard to balance, your religion and fighting for a country. You know what I'm saying? Priorities. I know that sounds messed up, but like, it's so serious because it's like, you say you're a Christian, but you're killing people. And like, isn't that like one of the 10 commandments? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, it's a really hard balance, seriously. So that was like one of the points that like I made there. As far as like the medical stuff, I'm just kind of like, well, to be honest, which I guess would also fall into religion, I just kind of like, I'm putting my faith in God right now. I've been putting my faith in God for a minute now. My religious journey has been pretty interesting, given the fact that like I was raised around multiple religions. But you know, I've been reading the Bible every morning, and like I don't know, I just have a lot more faith than I used to. And then on top of that, I'm just not as ignorant as I was before. You know, like I've been reading into this stuff, and I've just been paying attention to like what's been going into my body lately. And like on top of that, I'm like, I already have too many things going on. Like I got anxiety and depression and IBS and all this other crap going on in my body. I don't need nothing else, okay? Like And then given the whole like COVID stuff, it kind of like went away super quickly. So I don't know, God is just telling me like not to do it, so I'm just not going to do it. And we'll see what happens with that. I don't know, it's still in the air. I also pushed for a medical board, so I don't know what's going to happen with that either. Behavioral health reached out to me. They put me on a profile, no weapons, no fields. My unit still brought me to the field anyway, so it's like, you see what I mean? Balancing priorities. You see what I mean? So I don't know, but we shall see. Beyond that, I will keep y'all updated on that, by the way. But beyond that, I want us to talk about like what's going on in my life beyond that, like I said. So I am still settling into Chicago. I moved back home. So yeah, I've settled in. I've got a job as a program facilitator for a nonprofit, and I love that job. I love working with the youth. I'm building my business. It's called Treasure LLC, but I am going to change the name. I changed it to, or I sent in the paperwork to change it to Digital Treasure Management, because I perform online reputation management, social media management, content creation and editing and posting and stuff, and competitive intelligence analysis under that business. So all of that encompassed, I was like, okay, well, that's somebody's digital treasure, you know, the digital, that's your story, that's your data, all of that. I'm just helping you tell it. Or we're just helping you tell it, you know, get to talk your business like we, you know, it's just you. I mean, I'm onboarding people, so I wouldn't say that it's just me technically. I started a business group chat. It's got, oh, I'm sorry, I gotta stay on task because I have poor memory. So I started a business group chat. It's called Chicago's Next Multi-Millionaires, and it's an accountability and engagement group. So we just post about like grants, different opportunities that we have, different like events that we have. We show up for each other. I really like, Chicago is one of these places, or it's like one of those places where it's just like so much competition and just like so much shady stuff going on that when you meet genuine people, it's just a breath of fresh air. Like I literally like love these people. Like when I say love, I mean that. Like, cause I used to throw around love, okay? So at first I like would be real stingy about like who I said I love to. And then I was like, I just kept getting like negative feedback. Like people was being like, oh, you're just so like, you never express your feelings and all this. So then I just started throwing the word around. I'm like, all right, well, everybody deserves to hit it every now and then, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that was that. But like, I genuinely love them. And I'm working on a nonprofit right now. I want to call it Home Away from Home Quarters. So basically I want to provide housing to traveling professionals and service members, because I'll explain a little bit the backstory about me. So when I came off of active duty, I did not have a job set up other than the National Guard, and I did not know where my unit was because the state like moved my unit around without telling me. So I was like lost in the sauce. I did not know how to get an apartment. Plus and then when I did learn how to like get an apartment or whatever, mind you, I came in at 18, like in the military at 18. So I had no idea how to do like half of like anything. I didn't even know about credit until I was in the military. Okay, so it's just certain things that like I just did not learn, you know what I'm saying? So I was like completely freaking ignorant out here. But as far as that, yeah, like once I figured it out, it was like, okay, well, I was on like 90% VA disability. Oh, it's so hard, I would say, to like explain my life update because it's just kind of like, child, my life is a roller coaster. But anyway, so I got on VA disability, 90%. So that was my like main source of income. So I made too much money to get help per VA. So I made too little money to afford some of the apartments out there. Child. Okay. So I had cursed. So that's why I skipped. But I made too little money to afford some of the apartments out there. So that was that. And yeah, so I was renting a room out there, and then I didn't really like the dude. He was putting his hands on my dog, and it was just like, it was just too much there. Like, I ain't finna bust him out, so don't bust yourself out, because that's all I'm gonna say. His dogs, he would like leave them on the back porch, and then like the back porch, the door was like in my room, or like led to my room. So sorry, I curse again. So if they're outside on the porch all day type deal, and you let them in and the door leads to my room, there was just like a bunch of poop like all throughout the carpet or whatever. Now, granted, you're probably like, why'd you stay there? I stayed there because when I first moved, so I came from Kansas and I moved down to North Carolina. I drove down there. And I had, you know, decided on the room before I went down there. And I think I had paid before I even went there too. So when I got there and I realized that, I'm like, oh, I have nowhere else to go. I don't have no family out here. I don't have nothing out here. So that was that situation. And I just settled. I'm like, okay, cool. So I got the carpet cleaned or whatever. And I just kind of stayed there. And I think that that's why I got sick. In September of 2022, I was having diarrhea for a month straight, child. It was real bad. But anyway, that was that situation there. I forgot what I was talking about. I'm sorry, I have a really poor memory. So yeah, oh, I think I was talking about the nonprofit. So yeah, that was that. And so I don't want that to happen to anybody else. So that's why I wanted to start a nonprofit centered around that for traveling professionals and for military service members, especially the ones who don't get access to SFL TAP, because I know I had to jump through hoops just to do that. So with that said, that was the point of that. And then also have like a home away from home box, so sending care packages and stuff like that to service members and traveling professionals, because everybody deserves to feel good and everybody deserves to feel like they're at home when they're away from home. So sending them stuff, like for instance, when I was overseas, I went overseas twice. I went to Korea and then I went to Europe, right? So my mom would send me stuff from Chicago, so I would get like Garrett's popcorn. Love them. Love me some Garrett's. I would get that, or just like little knickknacks and stuff like that, and I want to send that to other people and just have them experience that. So that was that. Right now I'm looking for board members, so if you are wanting to be a board member of a nonprofit, please reach out to me and we can talk about it. But yeah, I'll say this, I'm gonna start making more videos. Y'all might see me in my natural element like you're doing today. I know I look a little sickly compared to the last video that I have up, which is of the sewing machine. When I was in my natural element then, I wasn't sick, so you could definitely tell the difference in like what my face is looking like at that time. And then the other videos I had on makeup, so even if you remember those videos, I know I was looking, but I don't look like that right now. So anyway, but yeah, that's kind of where my head is, and we shall see what's going on with that. As far as school, I failed one of my classes, so I should be graduating in December or in the summertime. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, as long as it happens, that's how I'm looking at it. That's not really my priority right now anyway, because I just kind of feel like if I'm gonna be a business owner, what that got to do with anything? Well, actually, I will say this. When you're doing your certifications, you have to like turn in a resume, so that would help for that, like your business certifications, you know? So I would say, I guess it does help for something. Now, as far as the upcoming videos, I will be posting about my sexual assaults, since it is Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month. And I will also be talking about breast reduction. I'm sorry, I had to read this off the little screen because sometimes I be forgetting my train of thoughts. So I'll be posting those videos. I have a bunch of content as far as like the breast reduction stuff. I'm actually doing pretty good, I would say. I still do have like a little bit of scars. Well, you could tell like something happened there, you know what I'm saying? It just don't look like a natural boob. So whatever. I'm not gonna show y'all my stuff, my goodies, but you know, I'm gonna show, I don't know, I'm gonna show some real raw footage. I will say that. But I'm not just gonna show y'all the healed version, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna black it up a little bit because, you know, YouTube standards. But yeah, I would say that that's all in my life update. Things are going well for the most part. Everything isn't perfect, but I'm still settling in, and I'm still just getting the hang of what direction I'm going and who I am. Definitely went through an identity crisis when I was coming off active duty, and then went through another identity crisis when I got here and, you know, had to establish myself. So yeah, I'll talk about all that though in like separate videos because I feel like this is getting long. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope that y'all continue to watch, and yeah, bye bye.